Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Motivating Motherhood. It's currently almost 6 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up since about 1:30. I don't know if y'all are like this, but whenever my house is a mess, I can't quite sleep as well as normal. So my work is definitely cut out for me. I've got cookies on the floor, milk, like actual cow milk, spilled on the rug. My son just started drinking cow's milk. That's been a struggle. Sippy cups go flying sometimes. It's just, God bless us. So, I also have icing on my couch. It was a very special week last week. It was quite stressful and not very... Even though I cleaned my house, y'all know it takes one day. It takes one day. And then all of a sudden everything is just an absolute disaster. Well, enough talking. Let's just go ahead and get started. It's going to be a day. Probably gonna last me all day, but that's all right. We'll get it all done. Now to start off, we're going to just start picking up, tidying up, and honestly, ever since starting this channel, I've actually slowly got faster at picking up and tidying up. It is so majorly important to have a place for everything, and sometimes you have to do that seasonally, like that basket. It normally holds my blankets, but as of right now, because it is Christmas time and we haven't quite got to decorating and doing all that stuff, yes, I'm fully aware that I'm so late to that, but we haven't started it yet, so that's what's holding all of my Christmas ornaments and keeping them put away. What do y'all like to watch whenever y'all are cleaning? Personally, I'm a true crime junkie. I love to actually listen to true crime stories while I'm cleaning. Trying to find new content is kind of difficult, so if y'all have any suggestions about any kind of long form content that y'all watch while y'all are cleaning, I'm absolutely up for it. I thought I'd give y'all a little peek of my laundry room. That is where I keep my brooms and mops. And all of that is just recycled material that I painted over, and it makes the laundry room look thousands and thousands times better. Now just take a look at these gross couches. I am about to blow your mind. So that is my Bissell Pet Stain Eraser. I use Mrs. Meyers, and I just pour that into the top. I use that instead of the actual cleaning solution, and that's just a stain remover that I got with the couch whenever I bought it. I think it's from Rooms To Go, and they give you an actual stain remover when you buy a cloth couch. And before you ask questions, yes, I put my Mrs. Meyers in a gallon-size baby water jug. I love the basil scent so much that I actually bought the multi-surface concentrate, so that way I could just keep it on hand and I have tons and tons and tons. It makes so much. It is definitely worth the investment. I mean, you can honestly see a difference even though it's still wet. It really is absolutely amazing. I do want to preface this, there are acrylic paint stains on the edge of the couch. I'm not going to be able to get those up. Obviously, that's not powerful enough, and I don't even know if you can get them out. If anybody has any kind of suggestions of how I could try, I absolutely am willing to do it. That food coloring stain, it was right there, and it's gone. And I kind of lied. I said the edge of the couch. I meant kind of all over the couch. I do a lot of DIY projects on my couch. I just can't help it. I like to be comfortable. Alright, y'all, check out those before and after results coming up in just a second. It is an absolute miracle. Okay, and for the rug, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum up the bigger pieces before I start shampooing. And in that bottle, it is just a Fabulouso and water mixture. I spray it over top of the Mrs. Meyers just for an extra deeper clean into the carpet. The only negative that I have for the Bissell is the fact that the reservoir for the cleaning solution is not very big at all. I have to continuously refill it and refill it and refill it. And now to tackle the floors, I'm going to go ahead and sweep, and even before I start scrubbing off the cookie, I'm going to try and get at least the bulk of it up before I start scrubbing. Y'all, that Cheeto did not want to come up. All I'm using is Fabulouso and water and a little Dollar Tree scrubber. Sometimes I'll use a scrub sponge, sometimes I use the bristle brush, and I absolutely needed the bristle brush for this one. Now that all the stuck on food's gone, we're going to mop. I'm using the same solution as always. It is powdered Gain, Fabulouso, and a bucket of hot water. just look at that living room. It looks 1,000 times better. Again, took me all day, but it was totally worth it. And now to move on to the kitchen. It is just as bad as the living room was. It definitely needs a good scrub. Now I went ahead and did dishes off camera, and this is the aftermath. It is absolutely disgusting. I just used the plastic cup to get all of the gross food so I wouldn't track the water on the floor, and it got thrown away as soon as I got all the food out. Now I'm just going to quickly scrub my sink with baking soda and dishwashing liquid. This is just to clean out the sink just a little bit before I actually use it to really clean. I ended up putting all of the extra sink accessories into the dishwasher because they need to be ran through a cycle. I did end up getting the stopper back out because I completely forgot that I had to use it to fill up the sink with, so I hand washed that and then I put it in the other side and I started filling up the sink with water. Now that it has hot water in it, I'm going to use some Gain powder and some Fabulouso, and I'm going to mix that up with my sponge. Think of it almost like a mop bucket for your countertops. Realistically, it's for your entire kitchen. I use it on my countertops, the sink. I even used it on the outside of the cabinets, the oven. I use it on virtually everything in the kitchen, even the back wall. Basically, everything in the kitchen. And then you're going to take a microfiber cloth and wet it with just plain water and go ahead and start wiping everything back down to wipe off all that cleaner. I absolutely love my essential oil diffuser. Here I'm using the Balsam Pine Fragrance Oil from Dollar Tree. And now the kitchen is officially clean, but I do have to make dinner. That chicken is frozen solid, and yes, it is going straight into my Instant Pot. I also did wash my hands in between touching the chicken in that ranch packet, but it was edited out. To season the chicken, we're going to use about a half of a pack of the ranch dressing packet, and then we're going to use some garlic powder, some salt, pepper, and then that entire cup of water. It is a pressure cooker, so it has to have a liquid in it. Please keep that in mind. These things can be extremely dangerous. Of course, y'all all know to clean while you're cooking. I wipe down those counters again with bleach because I do not mess around whenever it comes to chicken. Those valves on top are extremely important. Please make sure to know what you're doing before messing with a pressure cooker. Even my mom, who has been canning and messing with pressure cookers for a very long time, had one explode on her. So please be very, very, very careful. Now you're just going to set it to pressure cook and set it for 12 minutes, and then you just leave it and it will start pressurizing. When it changes from 12 minutes to on, there you go. That's whenever you know that it's actually starting to pressurize. And now I'm just going to make some sweet tea. I'm just going to take some water, put it on high to boil, and then we're just going to use 4 of the Louisiana family size bags. And now you get your pitcher and a cup of sugar. This pitcher is actually smaller than my normal one. I would normally be using a cup and a half. And once that tea starts boiling, you just take it off of the eye. And I like to take it straight off the stove and put it directly into the pitcher, because that will help mix that sugar in and make it melt really easy. Then you just take some cold water after that sugar melts, put it over the tea bags, and you're just going to continue that until you fill up your pitcher. And then we're going to make baked potatoes in the microwave. All you do is you wash your potatoes, then you put them on a dry paper towel. That paper towel is going to get damp, that's what you want. And then you're going to stick a fork in it, probably about 5 or 6 times on each side. And then you set the timer for about 10 minutes. You might want to keep an eye on them though, because they do get dry very, very quickly. And now for the cheese sauce for the chicken, I use a whole block of cream cheese and get that good and melted. Now that the cheese is melted, I'm going to go ahead and put some freshly washed spinach in, and I'm going to put the lid back on so that way it'll cook down some. And then I'm going to mix it all back together and let it cook down some more. And then I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese and mix that all together, and once that melts, just take it off the eye and it's done. Now with the Instant Pot, it natural released for about 20 minutes, so it didn't have a big steam cloud, and that is my once frozen chicken. For the other side dish, I'm going to be making some Asian green beans. And I have to eat gluten-free, so I use Dale's seasoning instead of soy sauce. It tastes just like soy sauce. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of honey. Both ginger and garlic. I think the garlic got lost in the footage, but I did add garlic as well. And then some salt and pepper.
Alright you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed a day in the life with me, and like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!